Why girls know that you watch porn and how to get over it faster than most people. Now, to put it simply in like visual words, visual, you get my point, drawings. The way that they know that you are watching porn is through energy, through the energy that you're emitting. I'll talk about more of this soon, but just so you understand the whole point of the video, how it's gonna work. And the fix to that is the stairs, the downstairs method. Now, to drive this point home, I remember when I used to watch porn all day, every single day. But like from the age of like 8 or 10, probably somewhere around there, I used to watch porn every single day. And I used to fap to that endlessly. I'm talking sometimes 2, 3 times a day. Of course, there's some people who are worse, but I was definitely an addict. And I never knew that until I was about like 15 or 16, somewhere around there. And I tried, you know what? I thought, you know what? Let me just try it out for 2 weeks or something like that. Let me just not do it because I can. I can just do whenever I want to. That's what I did. And that was like the worst 2 weeks of my life. Like I literally had so many urges. It was insane. Then I thought, yo, I'm genuinely an addict. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was itching to do it. And of course, I failed, but I didn't know the right method to stop. And I thought that going cold turkey was like the best way possible, or counting the days or some shit. But all that is bullshit. How I did it and went from that to literally once every few months, if even that. Like I'm talking 100, 200 times less now. Doing it now way, way less. I'm talking, of course, I didn't get like 100% over it, but I'm doing it so rarely now to the point where it doesn't even affect me. And how I did that, I went from like, having this weird energy around girls where they just knew that I was gooning, that I was, from the sweat, from the energy that I had, that I was emitting, my choices that I made, from that to being able to attract girls and for them to realize and know like deep down that they know that I'm not gooning, that I'm not that type of incel, because just based off my energy, to the point where today I have my current girlfriend that I'm with for 3 years now. And how I go to this point is by using the downstairs method. Now, the energy thing, why women can tell that you watch porn, is because when you talk to them, you see that like you can't really tell because it's you, it's like kind of subconscious, but the way you see them, the way you talk to them, and decisions you make are way different to when you don't watch porn, to when you're clean. Because you don't see them in the same way. You see them as sex objects, especially the more you keep doing it. And that's the problem. That's why they can tell. Because you see them as like, I don't care about them. I don't need a woman because I can fap. I can just get rid of it faster instead of talking to them and improving my game. Like you as well, you don't have game, which is another thing. Decisions you make of not going out to approaching girls because you have porn at home is the easy solution. That's what's stopping you because you don't develop any skills. That's another big reason why they can tell you don't have any game. And that will be a detriment to your dating life. A huge one. Maybe you'll be able to get a girlfriend. It's not impossible. I'm not saying that. But your chances will be way more like limited. And it's not a good look for your relationship because it's gonna deteriorate faster than you can imagine. And just even if you think it's like, oh, it's like not a big problem and that might not be the case, that might actually be the number one thing that's fucking up your relationship, and why a lot of marriages are, breaking apart and relationships are ending, is because men don't control their urges. Men don't get over this porn. And how I got over this, which took me like a bit more than a month to eliminate like even like almost like 100% of it, is by progressively deloading. So the downstairs method. So going from 7 times a week, so basically once a day, to 6 times a day. 6 times a week. From 6 times a week to 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Like slowly, of course. Every like 1 to 2 weeks, I eliminated one day. And it made it so much better, so much easier for me to get over it, that I got over it extremely fast compared to before where I tried for months and it didn't work. Now, just because I progressively stopped, I gave myself permission for the rest of the week to do it, but just one day, and then slowly added onto that list, onto that number, the easier it got for me to quit it. And then after like a month, I got my girlfriend, which of course made it even easier because I could release that energy somewhere else instead of my hand. But that doesn't mean that you cannot get over it that fast. You can, and that's literally what happened. I think, yeah, for like a month, I got to the point where I was doing this, and for like a month, I stopped doing it at all, and then I got into a relationship. So you can still do it, and even if you relapse, that's not a problem. That's not that's not you losing progress. It's a bad thing, but that's not you losing all the progress, because you doing it once a month is like 29 days less, 30 to 29 days less. That's fantastic compared to before where you were doing it every single day. So if you take this into account and now you take action straight away, so instead of doing it once every single day, you do it you do it 6 times a week, so once a day, except for Sunday, for example, boom, you're making progress and you're becoming better. But you have to take this action, otherwise nothing will happen. And if you might be thinking that it takes too long and it won't work, again, you were slowly, like you were doing the exact opposite before. You're doing the upstairs method. You were slowly watching more porn every single day. So 1 time a week, 2, 3, 5, 10, for years. How do you expect to get over it in like a week, a month, 2 months? That's not gonna happen, even for me. So you have to slowly get over it throughout the years, but you can definitely eliminate like 80 to 90% of it just using this method right here, which will significantly improve your chances with women, your game will improve, and you will not be wasting your seed like a fucking monkey. Anyway, bro, that's all from me. Click the first link in the description if you want to max out your attractiveness as a man. Stop wasting time, my G.